Inside Politics Sunday. I'm Manu Raju. First up this morning, a brand new exclusive CNN poll that paints a brutal reality for Democrats as they struggle to mount a unified opposition to President Trump. Americans' favorable views of the Democratic Party's brand are at a record low, just 29%. That's compared to 36% for Republicans. It is the lowest ever recorded for Democrats in CNN polling, going back more than 30 years.
I'm going to let you just dwell on that one for a while. The Democrats in their polling averages are the lowest they've been in recorded history on CNN for 30 years. So you would think, based upon seeing this kind of data, you would probably think to yourself, you know what, self? Well, everything I'm doing right now isn't working. Matter of fact, everything I'm doing right now is failing miserably. All the people working on what we're working on are failing miserably. So if you have all of that data behind you, hey man, things ain't looking good. This is the worst it's been in 30 years. CNN's a home stadium. That's a home field advantage. And they're telling you, man, you guys are stinking up the joint. It's the worst ever. Wouldn't you think at this point the Democrats would say, we got to change up. we're doomed as a party. What do we do? Well, you're about to see it.
You can see the party's numbers dropping a staggering 20 points in just 4 years. The CNN SRSR's poll also found 57% of Democrats and Democratic-leaning voters are more interested in seeing their party leaders stop the GOP agenda, compared to 42% who are more interested in cutting bipartisan deals. It is a big shift from where the party stood at the start of Trump's first term in 2017. Now, this survey was taken before this week's tumultuous battle over funding the government, which was...
So in other words, it's going to get worse. That's what he just said. This was before we had all this stuff happen, and they're all like yelling at each other about the funding of the government and all the, maybe just a small part of this has been all the fraud and waste that's been uncovered. Maybe just a little bit. And instead, these people didn't get the memo.
In one of the ugliest intra-party Democratic disputes in years, and left many in the party lobbing furious attacks at Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer, who ultimately reversed course and let a GOP bill funding the government become law in order to avert a shutdown. Now a bitter round of finger-pointing is taking shape after Democrats failed to get a single concession from the GOP, despite having their first piece of leverage to fight back against Trump.
You're close with Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York. Some of your fellow House Democrats say, and not just progressives, by the way, we've heard that moderates have said this too.
So if I was running the DNC, one of the first things I would do is get this idiot off the television and never get booked ever again. Whoever is letting her or telling her, continue to go on CNN and MSNBC and keep saying all the stuff you're saying. It's perfect. People love you. They're lying to you. First thing, very first thing, call up every news station you have and say, never put this woman on television ever again. Ever, ever, ever. If she calls, hang up the phone. We do not want this on airways representing the Democrat Party. But they won't. They'll let her keep doing this.
That they're ready to support her to challenge Chuck Schumer in a Democratic primary. Would you get behind that?
That's 4 years from now. If you were asking me at least in 2 years, then I would have an absolute answer. But I can tell you that there are a lot of people that are watching his leadership in this moment. This is the moment. We don't even know what elections will look like in 4 years, if we will have elections. And so I definitely think that younger, fresher...
we don't even know if we're going to have elections in 4 years. Why? Are you doing a constitutional amendment? Again, don't let her go on television. I'm telling you, Democrats, I know you won't listen to me. I'm a nobody. I'm not like doing things exclusively on Rumble. I'm still here on YouTube. But I'm telling you, nobody wants to hear what she has to say.
Leadership may be something that many of us, not just depending on what part of the spectrum you're on, but many Americans may be looking for, especially in the state of New York.
Authoritarian regimes, we've seen it in history, to come in and take over the arts and remake it in their image and likeness and what they deem acceptable. Stalin did it, Pinochet did it, the Nazis did it, and now Donald Trump is doing it. And
so they're right back to the Nazi thing. That was so successful. Everything that they've done for the last, 2 years of calling him homophobic, racephobic, something phobic, aerophobic, racist, Nazi, that works so well. What a strategy. It's still working. So continue.
this is when you put people who are unserious, like Rick Grinnell and Dan Scavino, who was Donald Trump's freaking golf caddy at one point or something. These are the people that are now on the board of the Kennedy Center, and Donald Trump appoints himself the chairman, and then they turn around.
I just want to tell you, I've promoted a ton of concerts and festivals in my life. I was in the music business. Working at the Kennedy Center and orchestrating who should play and when they should play and how much you should charge and do you have enough popcorn? Do we have enough? It ain't like it's brain surgery, lady. You make it sound like running the Kennedy Center is some sort of esteemed job. Hey, can you come over and play? Yeah, how much do you want? We'll pay you that much. Come on over on next Saturday. All right, good. And let's go ahead and put up the billboard. So-and-so playing. Great. Done. Well, it literally is that easy. Obviously, you want, most people would want talent that actually sells tickets. But these people don't care about, business. They don't care if you just bring in the, RuPaul or somebody. There could be nobody in there, but at least you're showing us that you're not a Nazi. Ooh, yeah, good luck. Please continue.
Down and talk about DEI intolerance. It's a joke. Do they think the American people are stupid? We see what's going on here.
Yeah, American people aren't stupid. They can indeed see what's going on. You people, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You haven't learned anything. Your numbers are in the toilet. They're not the worst ever. And you're still calling people on the right names and denigrating them. Does it matter if Dan Scavino was Donald Trump's caddy? Why would that matter? I don't understand. Rick Grinnell? What? What's your point? All you can do is insult people. It's the flipping Kennedy Center. Literally, if you have a phone and a budget, you're going to bring in talent. It's that simple. And you're only open a couple nights a month, so it's not like you have a huge staff. You just got to make sure you have enough popcorn, soda, and the valet guys to park the cars, and you're good. These people, they will not win another election. This is their worst numbers in history. And they're still, on the Nazi thing.
First of all, the mood of the country. This really jumped out. We asked folks, is it on the right direction or the wrong direction? That 44%, you say right direction, that's up since November. And if that doesn't seem like a lot, the last time it cracked 40%, you got to go back to 2012. The last time it actually hit 44 or higher, January of 2004. So a lot of this is Republicans, but independents, that number is also up since the election on the direction.
See, I've been telling you that. See, that's one of the problems that they really have is that they're not recognizing that a whole bunch of Democrats are crossing over and going, yeah, I kind of like what this guy's doing. I kind of like what Elon Musk is doing. But you just want to keep running with the whole, Nazi thing. Yeah, good luck with that.
Of the country.
Our new NBC News poll, as you just saw, shows the Democratic Party at an all-time low approval rating. Why do you think Democrats are failing to connect with Americans at this critical moment of urgency, which you describe?
Well, it's what I just talked about. I mean, I think Americans want the Democratic Party to stand up
and fight and to take risks. Listen, I understand that had we gone into a shutdown, even for a handful of days, it would have been difficult, but it would have sent a message that the Democratic Party is not going to be bullied by Donald Trump. We are not going to let them write spending bills unilaterally that cut programs for people we care about, that give the president new and extraordinary power. I think Democrats in this country, but I think the broad middle of the public as well, want to see our party fighting in exceptional ways. That is the conversation that has to happen inside of the Democratic Party, inside our caucus. And if we don't get that right, if we continue to work with Republicans, if we continue to hand Donald Trump more power, we are going to lose our democracy.
Listen. So wait a second. So your party has it wrong. The people who vote Democrat, they don't care that they're getting shellacked. They just want to see you keep fighting. Just keep fighting. Said no data that you can show anybody. Their problem, their individual problems, are they can't even stomach that Donald Trump is doing something right. It is the downfall of their party. They are going to succumb to their own crazy ideology. They no longer work for their constituents. Their constituents are telling them, we don't like what you're doing. Only 29% of people in the Democrat Party care what you're doing. We hate it. 29%. That means 71% are saying, do something else. Not do something and keep doing this. Do something else. So if you're abandoning all of that data, you're ignoring what people actually want, you're staying on, the crazy train, then you are making sure that the Democrats are not going to win. Speaking of that, listen to what Dime Store Obama has to say.
The average Social Security recipient in the United States of America receives about $65 a day in benefits. $65 a day. Elon Musk, in his contracts with the government, the federal government, gets about $8 million a day.
Oh, hold on. If you came in late, I showed you a video of Elon Musk's rocket up at the International Space Station rescuing 3 astronauts who have been stuck there, that were left there by Joe Biden. And his company, SpaceX Uber, went up and got these people. And Dime Store Obama here is comparing a rocket launch company with someone who makes $65 a day on Social Security. I don't even know how you let that come out of your mouth. People over here are making $65 a day on Social Security, and he makes $8 million a day. Well, the person that gets $65 a day on Social Security ain't making rockets go up to the space station. These people have no hope.
If they were really interested in waste, fraud, and abuse, they would start there. But they're not. So they're going after grandma and grandpa and people who rely on Medicaid in order to see a doctor. It's scandalous. And that's why we're going to continue to strongly oppose it. President Trump.
Good. Good. Continue doing what you've been doing. Continue going down this road. What's the song by Ozzy Osbourne? Going up the rails on a crazy train. Because nobody wants what you're selling, but you're affirming to people on television, we're going to keep doing that. Keep doing something that's not working, hoping for a different result. Pretty sure they had a definition for that. Oh yeah, insanity. How you can go on television, look at the camera and the panel there and say, we know it's not working, but we're going to keep doing it. And let me compare this grandma, and I'm going to lie about Social Security and Medicaid and America because I got to talk to the poor peoples. And I'm like, you know what? They're coming after your poor people stuff. And meanwhile, this guy's making $8 million a day. Sending rockets. He's sending rockets up. I'm pretty sure if I was sitting back making rockets, I wouldn't be making $65 a day on Social Security. And unless the $8 million a day for the rockets is coming out of the Social Security budget, then nothing he made any sense. Unbelievable.
Praised Senator Schumer for having the, quote, guts to do the right thing, calling his support of the spending bill a smart move. How will that sit, you think, with House Democrats?
Well, again, I don't think we should be moving in any way to elicit praise from Donald Trump, who has no respect for Congress and the power of the purse, who is by the hour rolling out proposals and executive actions that are lawless and that are callous. We do not want to be praised by Donald Trump. This is
crazy, and that's how it goes. Millions of people living as the foes. Maybe it's not too late. These people are nuts. They are absolutely nuts. It's anti-democracy to work with someone who's the president. They have no idea. Maybe they skipped poli-sci in college. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. We're going to oppose. It's not working. That's okay. We're going to keep doing it. 29%. That's all you got. And that's before all the crap he did last week. What do you think it's going to be when he brings the people home from space? I don't care. Leave them there.
no government takeover. He is a dictator. And what do you mean a dictator with? Defiance. The Democrats can't only be the adults in the room. We have to be the fighters too.
Second thing I would do if I was in the DNC, maybe third, I would go to, I don't know, Joe's Optical, 1-800-New Glasses, and say, can y'all stop with this? This ain't working. It's branding you as being on the crazy train. Even Ozzy doesn't wear those glasses. You're going to put those big crazy glasses on, then everyone, they don't even have to hit the video. They're like, look. We know who you are. You put those glasses on, I don't even have to hear you talk. I know what road you're going to go down. Am I wrong? Yeah, y'all know at this point. Am I wrong? As soon as you see a video and you see these things come up, you're like, okay, nut job. This one's easy. They bought the platinum version of Crazy Train. They all have these stupid glasses. So if I'm the DNC chairman, like, today, go to 1-800, buy a pair, or whatever. Do something. Get rid of them. Your brand isn't working. How many rebrands have I been involved in with different companies over the advertising? And you tell them, hey, listen, stop. This ain't working. New Coke? Nobody wants the new Coke, man. Go back to old Coke. Got to do something. But they just won't.
Then how angry are Democrats at Leader Schumer?
I've never seen this level of volcanic anger at a Democrat ever. Ever.
Wow.
We could be grumpy. We can be frustrated with each other. There is a volcanic eruption of outrage at Leader Schumer because we want a Mitch McConnell. I remember when Obama had all the cards. Mitch McConnell drove Obama nuts, twisted his pinky, broke his kneecaps, and got stuff done for Republicans when they shouldn't have gotten an inch. They got miles. We have a Senate majority leader who is beloved in this party, but we want somebody who's going to stand up to this bully. Stand up to this bully. Do something. And if you shut the government down and it gets a little bit crazy, at least some politics is about the rationality. There's an emotional need to stop Donald Trump and Elon Musk from running over this party, and I think Chuck Schumer has radically misread the room.
Radically misread the room.
I think y'all radically misreading the rooms. There is nothing that you're doing that's working. Nothing. But you just keep wanting to do it. What does that say? That says that number that's at 29 is going to continue to slide. And so, maybe we shouldn't be talking about helping these people. Hey, This don't make no sense. But they just keep going on television and putting their foot in their mouths. It's absolutely crazy. So as far as I'm concerned, please bring out Jasmine Crockett as much as you can. Please bring out, Congressman Q-Ball as much as you can. Keep wearing the funky glasses. And on top of all that, please make AOC your candidate of the future. Just do those things, and I think MAGA is going to be very happy. You have our full endorsement.